streaming on YouTube and streaming on Kick. I'll wait. I won't wait too long, but I'll wait for people to join before I start coding if they aren't wanting to. So this is we're just continuing where we left off on the Manhunt plugin. So those who are new here, this is our to-do list. Basically, we're making a Manhunt plugin, kind of like Dream's Manhunt, but we're making it as flexible as humanly possible. I'm just waiting a few more seconds in case anyone else wants to join. Otherwise, just a reminder, feel free to leave comments if you're on YouTube watching this, or if you're in the stream, feel free to leave a chat. I do like to have some dialogue. If you don't want chat, that's fine. But I'm just saying that because it might seem like I'm in the zone and don't want to get distracted, but I do enjoy the engagement, so feel free to do so when you would like. Let's turn that up a tiny bit. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So last time, I believe we finished up using making our GUI, like our very basic GUI. And it works really well. I was very pleased to see how well it worked. But what we're going to want is to also have pageable GUIs. Okay, so let's go into our GUI and create a new Java class for interface. And this is going to be GUI inventory pagination base. And so inside of here, we're going to want to get a few things, such as the total pages in the inventory, the current page in the inventory, when we go to the first page, when we go to the last page, when we go to the next page, and when we go to the previous page. So this will enable us to be able to have basic pagination functions inside of our inventories. So let's go to, and I'm actually going to close everything we have open so far. Let's go into our GUI inventory. I was thinking a little bit about it, and I think we want every inventory to be able to have that pagination base. However, it will only ever show the actual pagination when there's more than one page, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and add down here protected int current page. So this is the current page that we're on. Sometimes I'm going to want to start the current page at something other than 0. And so what I'm going to do is add a public... Actually, no, let's do comma int current page. And then here we can say this dot current page equals current page. And then we can also have public GUI inventory player owner this owner current page, I believe it, or the current page would be 0. Yeah, I think that works fine. Then we're going to want a few things, but first thing we're going to want is to implement some of those functions. So over by or just over right here, I'm gonna have public or at override public boolean, not boolean. What was it again? It was void first page, and then inside of here, we're just going to set the current page equal to 0. Now, something we're probably going to need, like, this isn't going to actually mean anything, if you know what I mean. This is just going to set a variable. It's not going to actually change the inventory at all. And so what I think would be important is adding an actual refresh button. Or not a button, but a function, method. There we go. So let's have public void refresh. And then all we need to do is say owner.open inventory and get the inventory. So our get inventory will be a little bit different than it is currently. It'll be able to paginate. And so that's where we're going to implement our current page inside of. Okay. Then we need to, inside of here, just say refresh. Then override public void last page. Then the current page is equal, equal to the get total pages minus 1. We refresh. So that's the last page. Then we have our next page. The current page increments by 1. And if the current page is greater than or equal to the total pages, then the current page is equal to just the last page, essentially. I don't want it to loop. And we return here. And then here we will say refresh. Then the previous page will have something similar. So we'll have override void previous page. Current page minus minus. If the current page is less than 0, and set the current page equal to 0 and just return. Otherwise, we're going to refresh. Okay, those are our more basic ones. Trying to think how we want to handle total pages. So the easier one to do is get current page. Turn current page. But the harder one that we want to do is at override public int get total pages. See, the problem here is how do we want to determine what's a page, right? So if I go into Minecraft, let's go to our development server, and let's say we are in, no, let's get a chest and place 2 down, so we have a large chest. Let's say this is our pagination, okay, up here. How do we want to handle it? Do we want to have it 5 by 9 and then have the navigation be on the bottom bar? Do we want to add some buffers so that it's a little bit more spaced out and just have a 3 by 7? But then you have to say, all right, this is going to cram less stuff into one page. I think the way we're going to want to do it is the way I said before, which is the 5 by 9. I'm just thinking that would probably be a good idea. yeah, we'll have it be 6 rows. And what am I looking for? There it is. Go back to the programming screen. So we'll have it be 5 rows, I think. And then yeah. Or should we have it be 4 rows so it's not so cluttered and overwhelming? Alright. I think we'll try it with 4 rows, see if we like it, and then if we don't, we'll go to 5. So public protected static final int max inventory x. We're gonna set these variables up here. Max inventory y is equal to what did we say for? Then what should we do with that information? That's all fine. Right, so we should do max inventory x here, right? And then max inventory x here as well, so that they're not just a number. I suppose we should handle this first. So we're going to need how many pages there are. And then we're going to need the current page. So the current page, yeah, that's fine, but we need to get the specific page. And so to do that, we just multiply that by the inventory y. That's it. Yes, 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 yes. Then okay, we need to alter pretty much all of this. So I want to make sure we're not going to break anything if someone or myself types something dumb. So we're going to make sure to check that things are within a boundary. So it needs to be within 0 and the maximum inventory. Then, how do I want to handle this? Goodness gracious, I'm confusing myself on how I want to handle this. Okay. Since we have a pageable a pageable GUI. Sorry, I'm just kind of thinking how I want to handle this. Well, for now, we'll have if slot.y is greater than rows, or slot.y is less than 0, then continue. Otherwise, we'll do what we normally have. So this just basically adds checks. But I want this to act differently if this is a pageable item or a non-pageable item. So essentially, I'm going to want to add an interface called GUI pageable. I think that's how you spell it. I think you can do either it this way or that way. We'll see. And I'm not going to have anything in it. I'm just going to have it be an interface. And then that's going to be our ticket into checking if the item is an instance of GUI pageable. Otherwise, we will do our current one. In fact, I'm not going to say otherwise. I'm just going to say continue. So in here, we kind of want something similar to this. But it's going to be a little bit different because the slot.y is going to be further down. Like, say you have your inventory here of 3 by 2, right? So if I have 3 by 2, then that's good. But a pageable would be able to have more items like this. And so we want to be able to handle that with pageable. If our limit's only 2, then the next page would show this. And if we just have a single line, then the next page would just show the first 3 items. So we want to be able to handle that. And so rows... I don't think we want rows anymore here because rows is not needed. Instead, we're going to get the current page because that'll get the current page times the maximum y. And so if the current page is 1 and the maximum y is 2, like we said before, then that means that it'll skip to here. It'll set it to there. And then we want to do current. It's 0, it starts at 0. Okay, yeah, that's good. Or slot y is less than... Okay, I got it. We want is less than current or greater than current plus the max inventory y. So we want to make sure, and this will be greater than or equal to, so we want to make sure that the item is within the current page or the current page plus the maximum length. Okay, it's so difficult to explain. And we have index is equal to slot.x. This is going to look a little bit different because it's no longer slot.y. We're going to want to do slot.y mod the height of our inventory, and we'll surround that with parentheses so it focuses on that first. Yeah, that's good. Then we can do inventory set item to the index item get item stack. Yeah, something like that should work fine. Let's see here. I didn't really need to use pages, so we can remove that. And these don't change, so I'm gonna make them final actually. Okay, so here's the thing. Every time there's an actually pageable inventory, I don't want to have to manually create it. So I'm going to actually add up here protected void create pagination. And this method will automatically create pagination for me. And so I can actually add something when we create our inventory. We can say if I remove pages, it's get, and that's caps lock. Get total pages is greater than 1, then create pagination. So that way, if the total pages is equal to 1, then it's just all going to be displayed on one screen. And we've got our checks going on, so there's not going to be anything off screen throwing errors. So that should work good. Yeah, I like how that's laid out. That should be good. And then in the create pagination, we're going to need to make some items. So let's go under items and let's make a new package. We're going to call this package pagination. That should be fine. So pagination is going to contain our, so what are the functions again? We need the first page item. We need the last page item. We need the next page item. And we need the previous page item. So those are our 4 items. We don't want to... So, yeah, that actually works out really well. We don't want this to be pageable. We just want this to be a normal item. So let's go ahead and implement some methods. And the material is going to material dot. Oh, what should be the next? I should look at my previous code to see what I should use for the first page. I used stone button. Let's see how that looks. So stone button. And then got get name, that's going to be chat color dot gold first page. I'm just going to rip this straight from my old version. No lore. The point, the location, it's going to be a new point. Where do we want this located at? If I open up this chest again, we want it on the bottom row, and we said we'll do 5 rows instead of 6. So this would be 4. And then I think we'll have the buttons in these 2 and these 2. So the first page will be 1-4. Then when it's clicked, we need to say, I don't have the inventory. GUI item, I think it would be wise to add a protected GUI inventory. We'll make it final. Not a big deal. So public GUI item. The inventory. Then this dot inventory is equal to inventory. And down here we can add public GUI inventory, get inventory, return inventory. And inside of our first item, wait, what one was I adding that in? I was adding it in the previous. That's funny. Let's go to the first page first. Extends the GUI item. And then let's copy it, or let's paste that in and create our constructor. And it's just going to say that. And then when clicked, all we need to do is inventory dot first page. And that should refresh and all that fun stuff. Good. That's I mean that's pretty good. For last page item, we're going to this extend GUI item. And it's going to be last page item, stone button, and we're going to do last page. And this is going to be the far right. So it's going to be 7. And this is going to be inventory.last page. Oh, this is so easy to implement now. Oh, I love it. This is great. Next page item extends GUI item. And then we paste. Next page item. And then the next page, what material did I use here? I just used a normal oak button. Okay. And we can say this is the next page. No lore. And the next page is just before the previous, so we'll do 6.4. And this is the next page. Then the previous page is going to be similar. Perfect. Then oak button as well. Previous page. Dot previous page. Okay, we've got our buttons that we want. Those should be all set. Let's go into our GUI factory. And I'm going to remove our test item 2. We don't need the test item. And inside of here, we're just going to say, oh, we need to update our items here. So we need first pagination, first page, pagination, last page, pagination, next page, and pagination previous page. Those will be our 4. We do pagination first page will be a new just first page item, and all we need to do is pass in inventory right here. Easy enough. Last page, new, last page item, inventory. Case. Next page will be new, next page item. Case. New previous page item, inventory. Good. So let's get rid of this. All right, we got our GUI inventory all set. Now let's create our pagination. So the items.add GUI factory .make item, and we say GUI item type is the first page. Put it in this inventory. Then we'll just copy paste. We got pagination previous page, pagination next page, and pagination last page. That should be good. We did not implement get total pages just yet. So the total pages is essentially equal to the Y, or basically how many Y positions there are in items. So if we do items dot, we can't really do items dot size. No, that won't work. Items, we'll do items dot stream. And we only want to get items that are pageable. And then we're going to only get the Y positions. So get the inventory location .y. And then we're going to get the maximum of them. How do I... Oh, I think I remember. Is it just A, B, then A minus B? Is that what it is? Why is this angry? What'd I do? Paired or duck comparing it. Okay, that works. Why are you still angry? Oh, result is ignored. Right. So let's do int max is equal to, and you're still angry. Oh, it's optional. Oh, interesting. All right, fine. If max dot is empty, then just return 0 because there's no item, so there's no total page. No, there's one total page. Otherwise, we will return the maximum .get. So this gets our maximum Y position. And we basically need to divide that by the maximum inventory. Why is this angry now? Place optional presence condition with functional style. Return max.map integer I max. Okay. I feel like we divide it by the inventory Y. So let's say the maximum Y is 3, and we have 5 items. Well, 3 divided by 5 is 0. Yeah, so we're going to need to add 1 to the end. And this would be 0 then, so that it'll just add 1. Interesting syntax. Okay, so now we have our function for get total pages. So something I want to do also is sometimes there's not going to be the first and previous page, or there's sometimes not going to be the next and last page. I want to check if there is a next page. So if we are, say, like there's 5 pages and we're on page 5, I don't want them to be able to click this. In fact, I don't want them to see it. So let's actually add a public boolean has next page. Return, it would be the current page is less than the total pages minus 1. And we want boolean has previous page. Then we return the current page is greater than 0. Cool, yeah, that should work fine. Then we can just say if has this is has previous page because this is going backwards. And then this is if has next page because it's going forward. Nice. Yes. Oh man, that's a lot. Okay. That should be everything. Let's make a commit. Actually, let's make our test inventory pageable. So I believe all we need to do this GUI of item bases. Then let's go ahead and do for int I. We'll do int y is equal to 0, y is less than 100, y plus plus, or int x is equal to 0, x is less than 9, x plus plus. And then we can say GUI item base item is equal to a new GUI item. And we'll just put something random in here. Material.grass block. The name is item number and plus. Well, we'll just do item at. I don't want to spend too much time on that. X plus Y. What is under my desk? Hover needs to be final. We'll just do item. Yay! Exclamation point. No lore. The inventory location is going to be a new point at X and Y. It's still gonna throw a hissy fit. I'm not able to say final there. What if I do final int index is equal to... Well, how do I reverse that? It is just x plus y times 9, right? I think so, yeah. And then finding this would be index mod 9 and index divided by 9. I believe that's correct. Click, just do player, close inventory. Okay, that's our new item. Yay! And the inventory is this. And we do this is the inventory. Output.add item. Then we just have our output. New GUI item. Oh wait, there's a problem here. There's a problem here, folks, because it's not pageable. It needs to be a pageable item. Let's go under our items. New class, random, pageable item. Extends GUI item. And GUI pageable. Let's go into here. Get these lovely functions. Paste them. Get our constructor. Int x, int y. And we'll just have private int x, private int y. This dot x equals x, this dot y equals y. We can pass in x plus, or not plus, x comma y here. And we can now finally have item plus, what was it, x plus y times 9. Yay! Wait, what's wrong with this? Oh! I don't know why I did that. It's implements. Perfect. Now that we have that, let's go back into our grass inventory. And now we can say output.add new random pageable item is going to be this inventory x and y. Should have just did that in the first place, but whatever. Okay, I think we're ready to finally test this out. I don't think there's anything else I need there. So let's install it. Go to our server. Manager. Plugins. Drag and drop it. 72 kilobytes now. And now we wait for it. Oh, whoops, gotta change it to testing. Wait for it to start up. Alright, so it should be /mh. No! Alright, debug time. What went wrong inside of here? Alright, so let me change. I'll just keep it on Minecraft. So it says executing the command through an error. Command. We got Minecraft server, block, tick task. Where is it? Index 27 out of bounds for length 27. ArrayList.set. Craft inventory custom crafted. Alright, GUI inventory line 127. So, GUI inventory line 127. So it's having a problem here. What? We have it check for if it's outside of the boundary. What did I do wrong? Hold up, what? There's gotta be something wrong with maybe this? No. Test inventory is full of pageable items. Because they are pageable. Let me see what I'm doing wrong exactly. That's all fine. This... let's see first if there's something wrong here. So if it's an instance of GUI pageable... Oh... It's an instance of GUI pageable, then we check if the current plus the max inventory y. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Slot.x plus slot.y mod maximum inventory of y times the max inventory of x. Yeah, that all works. So why are you throwing an error? Is there something wrong here? Y goes to 100. Is there something wrong with that? Man. I mean, there shouldn't be anything wrong there. That's happy. This is happy. See, index 27 out of bounds for length 27. Ah! Wait, it's the amount of rows that I'm returning. We need to change this to 5. Ah, yeah. Okay, let's try to install this new version. Come on. drop, restart. Go to testing. Alright, now just wait for the server to pop back up. So, /mh. Okay. It runs. It tells us what item it is. Item 8, item 9, item 17, item 18. And we have our next page and last page. So if I click next page, first page shows up, but not previous. And it is showing the next items, 71, 72. We go to the last page, item 899, and that's accurate. Leave it to me to do something dumb. Alright, well, let's go ahead and fix that. So, I'm happy to see that it works pretty decently, except for that one flaw. So, let's go to, what is it? The previous page. Previous. And this will be in position 2 instead of 6. Oh, I'm so happy to see that work. Let's go ahead and make a new Java class while we're at it. And this class is going to be called, let's call it the current page item. And in here, it's going to extend the GUI item, and let's implement methods and our constructor. Okay, so basically, material. So the material could be a book, could be an enchanted book. I think a sign will do fine. I think that's what I did last time too. Let's do chat color dot aqua plus page. Okay, we're going to need a page saved, so we'll do int page, and I'll just type it first, and then we'll do private final int page. Okay, now we got the page associated plus page. Do we need any lower? I don't think we do. Nah, we won't. Let's also have int total. Private final int total. This dot total equals total. And what we'll say is slash total, so that we know how many pages there are as well. I think that would be nice to know. And so we need a new point. This, I believe, is right smack dab in the middle on the x coordinate, which should be 4. 8 would be the far right, 0 would be the far left. Yeah, it would be 4. And then 4 for the y to make it the very bottom. And I don't need anything inside of click, because it's just going to be an information button, essentially. Inside of our GUI inventory then, where we create pagination, let's go ahead and say items.add, GUI factory, make item, GUI item type. Let's add our item into here. This is pagination current page. GUI factory will reflect this. New current page item inventory. Then that's right. We also need page and total. How do I want to handle that? Because we're not passing in any items. Let's go ahead and just say something like object dot 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 args. And we're going to assume the best of these arguments. So int args 0 and int args 1. We're going to assume the person knows exactly what to do there. And we're going to keep it that way. It's a little sloppy, but that's fine. I'm not keen on making it super specific. So let's get the current page. And then we're going to pass in the inventory. Then the page is the current page, add 1, because it starts at an index of 0. And then we get the total pages for the total. Okay, this should be accurate. Let's go ahead and install it. And put this, where is it? There you are. Put it onto our server. Restart. Wait for the server to load. Okay, let's do /mh. Hey, we have our pages. The computer's not happy. It keeps on. Oh, let's switch to testing. Sorry about that. So we have, it has our current page. It doesn't do anything. And we have our next page, our previous page, 2 out of 25. Previous page goes there. This should be 25 out of 25, and this should take us to 1 out of 25. Oh, we did it. We have pageable inventory. Oh, man, that took a while. But it looks good. I'm definitely happy with that. Is there anything else I'm going to want with inventories? Or can we actually start working on the inventories themselves? I think that's everything I want from inventories. Cool. So let's go back to programming. How far are we? 53 minutes. Let's go ahead and commit our changes. Added pageable inventories with inventories and items along with functional navigation. That's fine. Commit and push. Commit anyway and push. And push. I think for today I'm going to end there. That's a good stopping point. I feel good about myself. Yeah. I'm happy with that for now. So next time we're going to, let's see here. Next time we're going to actually start making the GUI itself. I finished the pagination, I finished the GUI, and so now all that's left is to make the actual GUI itself, which shouldn't be too hard. It should be like a breeze. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to do that. And then once the GUI is done, comes the function of the game, and we can have some fun doing that. So I'm looking forward to it. If you aren't already, I would love it if you could subscribe, leave a comment if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Kick, like the video, whatever you want to do. I am glad that you stayed and watched, but yeah, I think I'll end it there. That's a good spot. All right. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, and